Are we on? Oh, God, it's a Monday. It's a sad Monday, man. My Bills lost yesterday, but I'm still in the hat because one thing you're not going to do to me is have me run into the car crying like a little biatch. It's all right, man, because you know what? It was a good season. Buffalo played really well. I am proud to have been a lifelong fan of this team. Um, this is my team. My very specific die-hard teams: Buffalo Bills, Texas Longhorns, um, and the Lakers. Yeah, but I'll root for other teams because I just love sports so much. But I was surprised at myself because I didn't really yell at TV or do anything crazy like I thought I would because you have to be realistic also. Well, I think when I was younger, I used to get crazy like that because you'd be like, nah, so and so's better, and f this person, and they don't got enough, and it's my team, and we got heart, we got someone's heart. But now, as I get older, I gotta remember, listen. I don't personally have any impact on the game. There's no control of the outcome. So you can't get overly upset. Even when I won, there were times, listen, Josh Allen takes some of the worst sacks in NFL history. Him holding on to the ball like that, the first time I seen him do that in the game, I knew it was over. Even when we were up 9-0, I knew it was over. Because when the second he start trying to hold on to it and thinking he's still gonna throw it downfield, even though two big ass dudes are grabbing on him and trying to throw him on the ground, I'm like, bro, you're in your mind, you think that you're Mahomes. And that was a mistake. So I didn't allow myself to get too upset because I already knew once the game started, once I saw that, I knew we were going to lose. It's Mahomes. Come on, bro. That nigga could be out there with fucking a broken leg and still be zoom, zoom, zoom. And he could throw it left-handed too. So even if his right arm was messed up, he'll probably just throw the touchdown passes left-handed. I don't know. It's a good season though. So shout out to Buffalo, the city of Buffalo, and my beautiful grandmother and my family, because that's where my family is from. People think I just picked this random team. Like, no, my family is actually from Buffalo, New York. Get off my back, nigga. Anyway, I'm also a fan of the Green Bay Packers. I have been since my early childhood, just because I loved Brett Favre. I don't really love the nigga anymore. Once you grow up and you get older, you see what people stand for. But as a childhood hero, he will remain in that jersey, playing that position, leading that team to the Super Bowl of the New England Patriots. I did not ever like the Patriots even back then. So seeing A-Rod lose is tough. Seeing him lose to Brady is even tougher because when I think Brady, I think Patriots. Whatever. It's not Patriots, it's Tampa Bay. But we're forgetting that the defense basically carried him. But anyway, it got me thinking when I was on the way home from work. I'm thinking, yo, we got a show tonight. What's the show going to be about? It's not actually going to be about sports. It's just going to be about GOAT talk. Because now that Brady beat Aaron Rodgers last night, he's going to go to his 10th Super Bowl. That's very impressive. A lot of people don't go to more than one or two. He's going to his 10th. People also brought up the fact that LeBron James has been to the NBA Finals 10 times, which for me, even as a basketball person, fan, real hooper, the whole shebang bang, I struggle with knowing that he went to the finals 10 times. Y'all call him the GOAT. He has a losing record in the finals. But anyway, I started thinking about all the GOATs, the greatest of all times at anything. I'm like, yo, because I was listening to a Drake record. That's what prompted it. I was listening to this Drake record. And Drake is not my number one guy. I'm not like the world's biggest fan, but I'm to that point in life where I can look at his body of work, his whole catalog, and be like, He has some hot records that can't be denied, and I can see why other people call him great. I did the same thing on this show when I talked about Steph Curry. I've done another show where I did the same thing. I talked about Lil Wayne in that regard, and then the same goes for him. So I was thinking, okay, other goats. When you look at it, and this is where I started thinking, I feel like when you know how we do scale of 1 to 10, obviously 1 means you're sorry. I feel like 10 is Jordan. And this is why. Because I feel like from the time that I've come up, Michael Jordan is the first person I can remember being beyond America famous. Obviously, there are people before him. I understand that. But when you think of him being known as a basketball player, but also as like the Jordan brand, Gatorade, all of these things, you start seeing he's a global icon. It's global, bro. Global. Not a lot of people can do that. I feel like Jordan is kind of like, it's a scale of like me to Jordan being the worst to the greatest. Oh, we got Lydia in the chat and my man Jared. What's up, y'all? Shout out. Hope y'all's day is going well for a Monday, especially. Luckily, I know you guys are in the Seattle area. Aren't you glad that we had some fucking sunlight today? But anyway, I started thinking about music and sports and all of these different avenues. Acting. Think of who are some of the GOATs. Denzel is a GOAT. Shout out to Denzel. Denzel has a new movie with Jared Leto and somebody else who's a badass actor. And that shit drops on Friday. It looks crazy good. Beyonce is GOAT level. These are GOAT level. Like people that have gone to a level of entertainment that probably can't be matched. But I think we got to get to the point where we just recognize them as you guys all just go, you go to this room. Or you go to this dorm. This is the dorm that all these people go to. And the person who oversees the dorm is Jordan. And I'm saying it's Jordan because you got to think the shoes. Look at the NBA this year. Almost every team now has a variation of their jersey that has a Jordan logo on it. Now, I know Nike is responsible for Jordan, all these things, but Jordan low-key has his hand in everything, good and bad. Think about prisons. Prisons probably wouldn't be what they were today without the unfortunate help of Michael Jordan. And that's a separate conversation. But when you think about Jordan, is just way up here. So they all go to this room. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Drake. I said Denzel. Who's somebody that's a fire actress, somebody that can't be touched, that can play every role. Meryl Streep goes to that room. LeBron go up there too, because these are people who within their craft and even outside of their craft just do something that other people can't do. And unfortunately, Brady gets to go to that room. Somebody tried to say today they thought he was like the greatest athlete of all time. That was weird to me because I feel like when I think athlete, I don't just think of like, oh, you're just a good leader and you're able to put people in a position to win. I also think like you have extraordinary abilities when it comes to physically being able to do stuff within your craft. Brady doesn't have that, okay? You go back to his combine workout, he basically was doing just as good as some of the offensive linemen when it came to speed and agility and all these things. But when you think of capitalizing on an opportunity and then turning the views of other people into believers, because this is what happens. Buddy is like a 6th round, 7th round draft pick. He gets the job because somebody else gets hurt. Then he spends the next 20-something years proving to everybody that thought he wasn't worth a shit that he is worthy of being in a position where he can lead constantly and be the face of whatever he does. So when you think about all the people that I named, the Eminems, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the Denzels, the Meryl Streeps of the world, I hate it. The Taylor Swifts of the world. When you think about these people, they have positioned themselves to lead within their respective crafts for a long time. I feel like you got to give people respect for that. So I feel like when you think greatest of all time, I don't think you can look at one person like they're just better than these other people. No, y'all all just go to this room. You're going to go up here and y'all going to hang out up here for a little bit. What else do they have to prove? But I also think it's very acceptable if you look at some of these people and go, fuck these motherfuckers. I don't think their shit's that hot. Because it's okay to have an opinion. Like, I'm sorry. It sometimes is weird to me when people be like, oh, Drake's the greatest of all time. And then I'll listen to the person who I think is the greatest, and I'll be wondering, what are y'all not hearing? Or what am I not hearing when I listen to this other person? Or like somebody be like, oh, this actor, he's phenomenal. He or she is phenomenal. This actress. Like, you know who everybody says is like super duper good? Jennifer Lawrence, right? Y'all think she's a good actress, right? She ain't never made me think about wanting to tear up, or I didn't feel the connection with her on screen. I seen Lady Gaga in one movie one time, and I was very confused because I thought she was a full-time actress and not a singer. That's the type of shit that you be like, when I'm talking about great within a craft, you be looking at that like, oh shit. Tugging at the heartstrings type of shit. Michael Jackson goes to that room. Music. We're talking just the craft and the impact once they get in a position to dominate their craft. These are things that cannot be argued at this point. R. Kelly go to that room too. Aaliyah go to that room as well. Robert De Niro's in the room. Al Pacino's in that room. Martin Scorsese's in that room. Phil Hartman is in that room. The Jim Carreys of the world. I mean, I know y'all hate it, but Adam Sandler got to go to that room. It's crazy when you think about some of these people. No, Lydia, I think you're missing the point. Jill Scott is great, but Jill Scott has never, ever been able to dominate. Not the way that she deserves. That's why she can't go to the room, because the people have never propped her up to where she could be that good. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers probably could go to that room, but it's going to be tough because now he's struggling to win these NFC championship games. And people, they hang their hat on that stuff a lot. People have to dominate their craft. But so this is perfect that Lydia will bring up Jill Scott, because there are people who are outliers. People who are they're not in the room, they outside the door partying. They're that close. The Lauryn Hills of the world, the Jill Scotts of the world. You know who really go into the room? Jamie Foxx go to the room. You think about this. Do y'all know who Jamie Foxx is? Do you know who Eric Bishop is? A young man from Tyler, Texas. People told him he would never be anything. They told him he wouldn't be anything. Quentin Tarantino, he does go to that room. Jamie Foxx was told he wouldn't be anything. He gets to start in comedy. He then goes to the music. He's doing the acting. We fast forward years later, even after you hear about him maybe having problems on the set of certain movies. I know him and LL Cool J got into a fist fight on the set of Any Given Sunday because people have a problem with ego and all these things. You know, young men just have to grow up. And then something happened where Jamie locked in. Platinum album, Oscar nominees, Oscar trophies in hand. And now you're talking about greatness. Who's another person? Robert Downey Jr. Oh my God. I remember the first movie I ever seen him in. One of my favorite movies as a kid growing up, called Weird Science. And for anybody who's younger than 34, you probably don't know what the F that movie is, but it's one of the greatest movies that's ever been created. Weird Science. Look it up. Shit's hella funny. Robert Downey Jr. is in that movie. Very small role. It's probably about that damn big. Probably that damn big. But you think of some of the problems that he had and the things that he went through, and then all of a sudden, boom. You find the perfect role or roles, and then all of a sudden you start to skyrocket when your talent is in full view. Once given the opportunity to lead within their respective craft, they're able to hold on to it. They dominate whatever they do. They put other people in positions to thrive. That's how you end up in the GOAT room. At least that's what I think. I have to imagine. Like I said, I understand. Some of these people have things that go on outside of their craft where you'd be like, oh my God, no. I know. R. Kelly, yes, he's trash. He's absolutely garbage. His music cannot be denied. There's nothing you can say because the music has already been created. We've already seen him at the award shows. We've already given him the credit and units and within sales that show him how great he is. And we all say that it was great. Same thing with Michael Jackson. All that other shit, if true, is trash. You are trash. But that music and those dance moves, that shit was fire. Justin Timberlake goes to the GOAT room. As crazy as it sounds, you gotta think able to transcend and take their market to new heights. Britney Spears goes to the GOAT room. Niggas probably think that shit sounds crazy. I know. But it's me. And I'm crazy, nigga. Who else? I'm trying to think. Who are some people? Like, Whoopi Goldberg is in the GOAT room for me. I know people, like, I don't feel like Whoopi Goldberg get talked about enough. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all forgetting about Whoopi Goldberg? Y'all need to listen. I got Eddie on DVD. One of the greatest movies of all time. And that's just one of her movies. Which one is your favorite? Sister Act 1 or 2? And there is a wrong answer. Who else is just nasty when it comes to their craft? Just bodying it every time. I'm trying to think. Anybody in the chat? Give me somebody in the acting game. Or even in the art world. Who's hot in the art world? I don't do business people because I feel like business people are greedy. So greedy. I hear Jeff Bezos keep getting money. I don't like that. I do not like that. And not because he's getting money. You've created a company. You've done your homework. You've created pathways through business. Yeah, congratulations. Go F yourself. My problem with it is that you could be helping other people with that money. And I'm sure that you probably do, but it feels like it's on a scale about this damn big. And I maybe only say that because I keep seeing how you keep making millions upon millions of dollars. It's so confusing. I thought we were all struggling. Anyway, who else is a GOAT? Y'all know who Craig Sager is? The GOAT of commentators. R.I.P. my nigga Craig. Shaq is one of those people. Also think about it from this perspective. These are people that you've seen for so long that even though you do not know these people personally, when bad things happen to them, you feel it a little bit. You might be like, oh shit. That's tough. Even if it's just that. I don't have very many of those. But there are definitely some people where I'm like, yo, if that person take the L, I'm, oh shit. What do we got to do to get Jamie back on his feet? Who else? If Denzel fell on hard times, I'd probably fly out right now to help him out. That just sounds crazy, right? It ain't gonna be much help because I blew most of the money on the plane ticket out, and I was just hoping that he wouldn't have been on such bad times that we still could have, maybe done some shit for free. But even still, Denzel, I will come to your rescue, fam. Again, Lydia mentioned Quentin Tarantino makes some really good films, but you know what? He's also somebody I'd be like, I don't know if I can give you GOAT status because you like to make movies where you like to use the N word as many times as you possibly can. And after like the 100th time, I'm starting to wonder, like, fam, are you just like, is this necessary, or are you just like you're just doing this because you're like, look, we got a budget and it's a film and I got to do it. Tim Burton, that's a good one. I know there are a lot of people who are fans of the show who would agree with that one. Tim Burton is definitely one of those people. You know who's one that I would have never thought of that people say? Johnny Depp. I don't think Johnny Depp is that great of an actor, but people really love him. And there are people who really try to sell me on him. Nah. I'm telling you, dog, you didn't see Pirates of the Caribbean 7. That shit was fire. He was at his best. I don't know if there's that many films, but I feel like when they're talking, that's all I hear. But you know what? I love that you love him. I love that that's your GOAT. I don't know. What can you say? People love other people and the things that they do. And there isn't much you can say about that. You can just be like, that's great. I don't really think that. But beyond that, like, I don't know. Are you really going to spend time trying to go out of your way to convince one of your friends to not fuck with somebody that they like? And it's not even someone that y'all actually know. That's weirdo shit to me. Danny Elfman, who the F is that? I know a Jenna Elfman. Do you guys know who Jenna Elfman is? What was she on? Doogie Howser or something like that? That probably is wrong. Jenna Elfman she's some actress though. Also here she's racist. So if that's true, sorry Jenna, but you're not that great. Ben Stiller goes to the GOAT room, and so does his dad. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy, Prince, Dave Chappelle. Dave definitely goes to the GOAT room. I'm going to give y'all one that I know y'all think is crazy, but again, this is based on impact, what they can do within their craft, and the way that they are able to make people feel, even if it's just provoking thought. Joe Rogan goes to the GOAT room too. That sounds crazy, but I know a lot of them up because that was really up on Fear Factor back in the day. And when you think about the sport of MMA and how he has a hand in that and making that fun and entertaining for the likes of all types of people, the fact that he has this major booming podcast that he really put in the time to use his connections to bring new information to the people, that type of impact can't be denied. Leonardo DiCaprio is a good one. You want to talk about getting snubbed? How many years y'all make my man wait for the Oscar? That was crazy. And then what, he got it for Revenant? I never even saw that. But y'all should have just gave it to him because he looked like he was cold as hell on the damn preview. A whole movie filmed out somewhere that looked like damn Alaska. Big ass animals and shit. Whole beard looked all icy. Nah, man, just go ahead and have this, bro. You doing too much at this point. How many movies did y'all need to see before y'all was like, yo, my man really is good with this acting shit? That make me go into a whole thing where I'm like, who are the people who are actually evaluating the talent? Because I've seen a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio movies, but I can name you two real quick where I was like, that was the one right there. I know the movie itself is not that great, but I feel like the way he convinced me that I was crazy in Inception, that right there, you earned the Oscar. The Departed. Has anybody ever seen that fucking movie? Jesus Christ. Jack Nicholson goes to the GOAT room. Classics. We're like, I'm paying homage to celebrities today, but like, it's for the reason of making sure that people know that we have an abundance of very talented individuals. Dennis Hopper, I like that. Oh my God. his greatest performance, in my opinion, and I know people are gonna be like, he has way better movies than that, but him as Hook, can't beat that. Robin Williams goes to the GOAT room, but only because of Mrs. Doubtfire and Flubber and Jumanji in every movie that he did. Anthony Hopkins, I mean, yeah. These are some GOATs right here, man. Well, give me some of the ladies, though. We're talking about the men way too much. Way too much. I'm trying to think. Who else is just fire? I know people want me to say some shit like Oprah, but I struggle with Oprah. I don't know what it is because it's tough because Oprah is somebody who I said this in the car earlier. I had to make sure no Angelina Jolie doesn't go to the GOAT room. I'll get to her. Obama goes to the GOAT room because you have to think impact. It's impact too. It's not just somebody just has a ton of content, movies or games played or songs on the radio. Like it's got to be impact too. Angelina Jolie has almost zero impact, and don't nobody say nothing about her stealing kids from other countries. I know that's y'all gonna say it's adoption, but this is my thing. America has thousands upon thousands of lonely, hungry children on our streets here. Why did you need to leave your own country to go somewhere else to get a kid? We got 10 of them just over here that's ready for a beautiful home with a wonderful family. So miss me with all that shit. She don't get no credit for going and adopting an Asian baby and a black baby. Like, listen, man, you just trying to check boxes, man. Get out of here with that. Who was I saying? So we had Dennis Hopper. Oh, okay, my love-hate relationship with Oprah. So it's like this. Oprah obviously doesn't give a shit about me. She doesn't know who I am. I'm just some person. But my thing with Oprah is that although it seems like she does tons of great, wonderful deeds, and I'm sure she does, she helps a lot of people, builds wonderful schools for women in other countries, and she does a lot of stuff. I get it. But I feel like you always hear about her kind of shitting on black men. And that's a tough thing to deal with. Because I'm a black man. And my thing with Oprah would be like, what's your beef, shorty? What's your beef with black? And I'm sure, listen, I have a black father who's trash. I have a black grandfather. Not Hugh Sr. I'm talking about my mother's dad, who is complete trash. I understand black men will tend to make you feel some type of way. I make people feel a certain type of way. So in the end, if someone was to be like, yeah, maybe I don't like brothers so much because, this one mother effer I used to F with was just getting on my nerves, I can understand that to a certain degree. But it's tough because Oprah has a type of voice that where she can sway the opinions of a lot of people. I'm not going to say that she doesn't at all, but Oprah really could be out here bigging up black men at the highest of high levels. But I just don't feel like she does. But that's just my opinion. Octavia Spencer, yeah. I feel like she is somebody who is she's always playing the role of like some movies. I know she just recently, within the last year or so, had a movie where she played like a crazy lady that was letting kids come party at her house or some shit, and then she killed them. But usually Octavia Spencer plays the role of the warm, cuddly black aunt or grandmother, the protector, the one who's giving you all the knowledge. I've seen her play roles where she's a social worker, saving the lives of kids. She makes you believe that she is really that person. And you probably couldn't tell me anything different unless I saw her in the act doing something that was completely different. I don't know. Y'all got to get it on tape if you want me to believe it. I don't know. Not in all situations, just in a lot. Okay, I need to see some proof because a lot of times we be jumping out the window on some of these things, and you find out that the shit ain't true, and then like, listen, I don't want to. I don't want to be one of the people that gets tossed into the idiot group. I probably am already there, but I want to try to sometime in, sometime out, that type of deal. So, who else we got in the GOAT conversation? I want more ladies though. Less men, more ladies. I feel like Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston is up there. Regina King is up there. I know y'all love Adele. Adele has some greatness within her. These are all amazing, talented women. Ruth. Stop it. Ruth right up there at the top. RBG, baby. RIP, baby. Let's see. Who else? Like Mother Teresa's in the GOAT room. Like, you gotta think, man. There's all kinds of people in there. These are the great people of our time. And you know what some of what I was thinking today also, some of the best part of life is that you have to know going forward that there will be more of these people coming up. Even the younger people, you're starting to see it. Look at the time we were in last year. And look at a lot of these advocates for wonderful causes and for peace and unity. All these people, a lot of these people are in their 20s. Some of them are teens. We got kids out here who are putting their best feet forward so that way we can have a better tomorrow, a more entertaining tomorrow, more fun, more laughs, all of these things. That's why you got to make sure you celebrate people now. We spend so much time online throwing shade at people, being disrespectful, hating. I know I do it, laughing at people. I look for anything that is going to tickle my funny bone and give me a good chuckle. So I'm always doing that. But we do that all the time. And we do celebrate people also. But I don't feel like we really celebrate people until they are no longer. And we also don't have to shit on people just because other people are celebrating them. It's okay to just be like, you know what? Not my cup of tea, but I get it. I see why people like it. It's okay to do that. Why don't people do that more? That shit is just beyond me. So I figured I would try to get to that point. So it starts with me because I'm an A1 hater. Not necessarily like hating the person. I'm just very critical of the art they put out, especially if I see where at times they have proven to me that they've been great. After that, anything less, I'm just like, whoa, wait. I said you was great, partner. Listen now, I'm expecting certain things, but it is not fair for us to put those expectations on them. We fall in love with the craft and the things that they do, but we should try to fall in love with the person and their ability to put in the time and effort to continue to provide you with a certain type of product and not be so harsh when it doesn't work out exactly how we want it every time when we want it. Because that's what we do to people. That shit is trash. We got to get better about that. So I'm trying to do a little bit less hating in 2021, but there are still some people that irk me. The Rock goes to the GOAT room too. And I know if Rock goes, you got to take his little short ass best friend, Kevin Hart too. No, but and for real, shout out to Kev because I remember Kev in the early years. You ever seen a movie called Paper Soldiers? One of the greatest movies ever created that no one likes except me and probably Kev. There are some people who think Paper Soldiers is actually worse than Soul Plane. I do not think that is true because Soul Plane, along with the movie Crossover, you'll remember that with Hot Sauce, a street basketball movie. Soul Plane and Crossover are literally the two worst movies ever put into production by any production company in the history of Earth. That's all I got to say about that. Those movies were bad. And Paper Soldiers is just barely better than those. So anyway, shout out to the man Kevin Hart. Shout out to all the people who we consider GOATs. I hope you have the opportunity to showcase your GOAT moments in front of people that you know. And I hope the people that you know will actually give you your roses because in those moments you were a GOAT and you deserve it. GOAT should be a part of everyone's life, to be the greatest of all time at something, even if it's something small. Even if you know you work with a team of 10 people and those other 9 people are late every day, be early to that motherfucker every day. So when you walk away from that job, you be like, I'm the GOAT, nigga, because I show up on time. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I'm out.